Why does it feel like millennials are holding on to their youth while boomers and Gen Z seem to be aging in fast forward? I know it sounds controversial, but if you look closely, it's hard to deny millennials are aging better than the generations before and after them. And the secret isn't just good genes or luck. There's a hard truth here, and if you don't pay attention, you might just find yourself aging prematurely without even knowing why. Let's be real. Aging isn't just about wrinkles or gray hair. It's about how you feel, how you carry yourself, and whether you can keep up with life without constantly feeling drained. Millennials, like myself, have tapped into something that keeps us looking and feeling younger than we are. The rest? They're getting it all wrong. And it all comes down to two things: habits that boomers couldn't break and Gen Z doesn't even realize are killing them. First, let's start with boomers. You know them. They're the generation that seems invincible, but the truth is, they're paying the price for living hard. Smoking, drinking, and the stress of building their lives from scratch have taken a toll on their health. Sure, they had fun, but fun comes with consequences. We're talking about habits that destroy your body from the inside out. Smoking is the perfect example. Back in the day, it wasn't just cool, it was everywhere. People smoked in bars, restaurants, even hospitals. And while boomers were puffing away, their skin, lungs, and overall health were slowly deteriorating. Today, many boomers are facing the consequences of those choices: wrinkles, sagging skin, and a body that's breaking down faster than it should. It's like they burned the candle at both ends, and now there's nothing left but smoke. But that's not the worst part. The real killer for boomers was a lack of information. They didn't have the internet to tell them what was bad for them. By the time public health campaigns caught up and people started talking about things like skin cancer, it was too late for many. The damage had been done. Now let's talk about millennials. We grew up in the golden age of information, and we used it to our advantage. Smoking? We avoided it like the plague. While our parents were still lighting up, we watched them age faster and realized we didn't want that fate. So we ditched cigarettes altogether. Sure, a few millennials may have flirted with vaping, but for the most part, we said, not for us. Millennials also became obsessed with skincare. And no, it's not just about vanity. It's about survival. By the time we hit our 20s, we had dermatologists on speed dial, gallons of water in our hands, and SPF 50 in our bags. We learned that the sun, not age, was the real enemy, and we slathered ourselves in sunscreen like our lives depended on it, because they did. Remember the yellow Live Strong bracelets that were everywhere in the 2000s? That wasn't just a trend. It was part of a broader cultural shift that made cancer awareness mainstream. Millennials were the first generation to fully understand the risks of smoking and sun damage, and we took it seriously. But it's not just about what we didn't do. Millennials embraced a health-conscious lifestyle. We swapped late nights of heavy drinking for yoga classes, meditation apps, and fitness trackers. We drank water like it was going out of style and cut out processed foods. It's not that we're perfect. We still indulge from time to time, but our generation learned the art of balance. And it's paying off. Now here's where things get interesting, because Gen Z, the youngest generation, is already making mistakes that will haunt them later. Gen Z has more information at their fingertips than any generation before, but instead of using it, they're being misled by trends, influencers, and viral TikTok advice that's just plain wrong. Take tanning, for example. A recent survey showed that 30% of Gen Z would rather look great today with a tan than worry about the damage it will cause later in life. They're baking themselves in the sun, dismissing decades of research on skin cancer, just because some influencer told them sunscreen is a scam. Let's not forget vaping. If boomers had cigarettes, Gen Z has vapes. And while they might think vaping is a safer alternative, it's wreaking havoc on their skin and bodies. Vaping breaks down collagen, the protein that keeps your skin plump and youthful. The result? Lines around the mouth, puffy eyes, and premature aging. And here's the kicker. While millennials were guzzling water and wearing sunscreen, Gen Z is chasing the short-term dopamine hit of looking tanned and trendy. But the truth is, they're trading a few years of looking cool for a lifetime of looking old before their time. So, why does it feel like millennials are winning the aging game? It's simple. We're the generation that got the best of both worlds. We saw the mistakes our parents made, smoking, drinking, sun exposure, and we corrected them. But we also learned from the mistakes Gen Z is making now, avoiding the traps of quick fixes like vaping and tanning. We embraced health trends, but we didn't let them control us. We know that moderation is key. And because we were the first generation to grow up with the internet, we learned to sift through the nonsense and find real, actionable advice. That's why we're aging slower, staying healthier, and keeping up appearances longer than the generations before and after us. If you're Gen Z, you need to hear this, because you're heading for trouble. Your generation is obsessed with looking good today, but the choices you're making are setting you up for long-term damage. Tanning, vaping, and stress might not show their effects right away, but trust me, they will. Financial stress, in particular, is hitting Gen Z hard. Many of you are just starting your careers, weighed down by student loans and skyrocketing rents. And while stress might not leave visible scars right away, it's aging you from the inside out. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is known to break down collagen and speed up aging. So while you're worried about getting that perfect Instagram selfie, your body is aging faster than you realize. Here's the truth. The decisions you make in your teens and 20s will haunt you in your 30s and 40s. If you keep chasing short-term satisfaction, whether it's through vaping, tanning, or ignoring your mental health, you're going to wake up one day and wonder why you look older than the millennials who are already in their 40s. What can you do to stop aging faster? If you're reading this and starting to feel the panic set in, don't worry. It's not too late to turn things around. Here's what you can do right now to stop the clock and start aging better. Number 1 is quit vaping, or don't start. It's not safer than smoking. Vaping breaks down collagen and ages your skin faster than you think. 2. Wear sunscreen every day. The sun is your skin's worst enemy. If you want to avoid wrinkles, age spots, and skin cancer, you need to protect yourself, rain or shine. 3. Hydrate. Drink water like it's your job. Hydrated skin is healthy skin, and it helps flush out toxins that speed up aging. And then reduce stress, whether it's through meditation, yoga, or simply taking time to unwind. Managing stress is key to slowing down the aging process. Lastly is sleep. Get your beauty sleep, literally. Lack of sleep shows up on your face in the form of dark circles, puffiness, and dull skin. The bottom line is millennials figured it out, and Gen Z is falling behind. Millennials aren't aging slower by accident. We paid attention, learned from the mistakes of past generations, and adapted. If Gen Z doesn't wake up soon, they're going to find themselves looking older than their millennial counterparts before they even hit 30. The choice is yours. Do you want to look good now and suffer later? Or take care of yourself and age like fine wine? Don't let TikTok trends or short-term thinking rob you of your future. It's time to make smarter choices, and trust me, your older self will thank you.